If you could live in your sense, I chant.